Okay, Monday, January 15th, it is 8:53 a.m. I am in Connecticut. I'm just gonna go to Mohegan and just hope to get on the first table that they open. All right, played my half hour. I'm playing anything that's open. I'll play like literally any game. I just played a 3-6 limit. It was the only thing that had an open seat. Now, about an hour, 10 minutes away is MGM Springfield. Gonna drive north, and yeah, half hour each spot, whatever game is open. And first one was pretty smooth. The second one, we'll see. Shouldn't be that bad. I think after Springfield, there won't be any. So after Springfield, I think I won't have problems getting a seat because a bunch of games will be going. But this is an easy drive. The next two drives after this are pretty long. All right, 11:08. The drive was not bad at all. Gonna go in, play my half hour. A couple things to note. One, started playing at 9:21 in Connecticut. So played from 9:21 to 9:51. I played 3-6 limit because it had an open seat. I lost $16, so I have until 9:21 a.m. tomorrow. That's the 24-hour period. Everything is in the Eastern time zone. Now I'm gonna go in and try not to get hit by a car walking backwards and play MGM Springfield. All right, it is 11:54 according to the clock in the elevator, and waiting is the enemy. It is the absolute worst thing to do on a trek like today. So the only thing that had a seat open was 510. Played 510 for a half an hour, lost $15. There was quite a bit of action at that table, at that like morning weekday table. Off to the Resorts World in the Catskills now. New York is my next stop. It's going to be like a 3-hour drive almost, so I'll see you when I get there. All right, it's about 2:40. Just filmed over by the sign over my shoulder there. Now I'm heading in. A couple things about, I'm in New York, Catskills, Resorts World, if I didn't say that. I'm willing to play anything. Mixed games, stud 8, Omaha 8, PLO, whatever. Let's see. Unfortunate, I'm only playing like 30 minutes. These games are amazing. It's like going back in time to play. Even the 5-10 game, I wish I could have played longer, but I gotta get to these places. It took almost 3 hours to get here. It's gonna take 3 hours now to drive to Philadelphia. I mean, it's gonna be dark by the time I get there. And that's only the 4th stop of 7. So I think if I make good time, probably my last 2 stops, the Horseshoe Baltimore and Harris Atlantic City, might be like 3 hours each, but I can't really spend all day in these early stops. The game in there was amazing. There was a race to 23, we went 6 ways. There was a race to 16, we went 6 ways. There was a race to 25 with no straddle. That got called, and we saw a flop on that hand. It's 1-3 in there. This is the last big drive. I'm hoping get to Parks in Philadelphia, get to whatever the place is called in Wilmington, Delaware, and after that, play like an actual like session in the Horseshoe Baltimore and Harris Atlantic City, and both of those stops have Wawas very close. Yeah, I've only been driving for like 15 minutes. Had to get gas, thought I'd like the cigar. All right, good to go. In about 2.5 hours, I will be in Philadelphia playing poker at Parks, P-A-R-X. All right, it's like 6:46, and these are some of the worst directions of all time. I got to the area, drove around this massive loop for a long time, kept following all the signs that said poker, which is supposed to be in the Parks East building, which, here it is, Parks East. Finally got here, and poker isn't here anymore. Too bad every single sign says that. And it's like dark and snowing. I don't know, there's a building over there, there's a building over there. I guess over there. All right, it's almost 7 o'clock, so I want to tell you a couple things. In the last place I was, Resorts World, I lost $8. I played, I think, exactly 30 minutes. Here I stayed longer. I think I played 55 minutes. All right, found my car. Yeah, it's snowing. Only 35 minutes to Delaware Park in Wilmington, Delaware, I think. And I gotta wipe the snow off my car because there's snow covering all the windows. So I'm gonna do that and then get to Delaware. I'm hungry. There might be a Wawa nearby. All right, was driving out from Park, saw my favorite restaurant, Wawa, so grabbed a sandwich. Actually, they emailed me today. All the classic size sandwiches, $6. So got one. Might even go near Horseshoe Baltimore and near Atlantic City. Could be a 3-in-1 night. Anyway, gonna eat this, maybe sitting here, maybe while I'm driving and trying not to die, and on my way to Delaware Park in Wilmington. All right, it is much darker than it looks like, and the snow is not coming down anymore, but it is on the ground, and it's not plowed. So everyone's only driving like 40, 45 miles an hour. So this trip to Delaware is taking a lot longer, and I think I'm only gonna play like 30 minutes in Delaware and Baltimore, just get to AC as quickly as possible because of the conditions. It's gonna take longer than I thought to drive to Baltimore. It's gonna take longer than the 2 hours, 10 minutes to drive to Atlantic City. So that's the plan, but I'm getting there safely. All right, so it was difficult to find, to say the least. So I parked on this side, I don't know, north, south, whatever this side is. I walked like the length of the first floor, and I was worried this wasn't up the building with the poker in it. Finally saw a small sign that said poker, second floor. Went up to the second floor, and there was like nothing right there at the top of the escalator. So I started to walk back towards this side of the building where I parked, because the other way just looked like emptiness. Like restaurants that weren't in use or something. So I walked back this way, and it was just slot machines. So I walked back to the escalator, walked back down that hallway where it looked like nothing was, and past all the restaurants that aren't open. All the way at the end of the other side of the building was poker. It was modern, like the chips, like the chairs and the tables and everything. Here I am back at the car. Gonna drive, I guess, kind of slowly. If you can't, yeah, you could see the snow, the sleet, whatever. Drive to Horseshoe Baltimore. As much as I would like to play a long, fun section at the Horseshoe Baltimore, just gonna be 30 minutes. I want to get to AC as quickly as I can with all this weather, so it's gonna be 30 minutes there. Here, it was exactly 30 minutes. All right, it's like 12:22, and I just realized I just drove like almost 2 hours through the snow and the rain and the dark to come down here to Baltimore to play like a 30-minute session. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna go in, gotta put the camera away. They're checking my bag, because you know, people come in with weapons and stuff. And 30 minutes, and then I'm getting to AC. All right, I played like 35 minutes. That was an amazing table. Feels bad to leave, but in these conditions, these weather conditions, it's gonna take like 3 hours to get to AC. I gotta get there and see if they have a game going to finish this. Also, classic Baltimore. I was the only white guy at that table. All right, the camera is not doing justice to how dark it is. It is incredibly dark. There's no more street lights. It is wet, it's slippery, it's snowing. Good thing this guy is in front of me, because I'm just following in his tracks. Just trying to get there safely and hope when I'm there, ideally when I'm there, Harrah's has a game going. I'm parking in Harrah's. Ideally, Harrah's has a game going. Whatever, that's the plan. And yeah, it is way, way darker than the camera is making this view. But I'm making it, and I'm going about 45 miles per hour, probably like the whole way to AC. I've been making it. It is 3:24 a.m. I'm about an hour from Atlantic City. Stopped at a Wawa, chicken salad sandwich, so I'm gonna eat that here. And then hopefully there's a game going. It'll be like 4:30. I have no idea. The conditions might have made people not go out and play poker tonight. I don't know. All right, I got here alive. It's 4:33. I really hope there's a game going, because if there's not, I gotta come back here, put on my boots, and get my other jacket and walk across the field in the rain to Borgata and hope a game's going on there. I don't care. I'll play one hand. That counts. I'm really exhausted, and I don't care if they're about to break. I'll talk them into playing one more hand. So we'll see what happens. All right, I did it. I'm exhausted. It's 5:39. I got into Harrah's. There was one four-handed game going at like 4:40, and they said last hand of the night is 5:15. So I think I only played like 20 minutes. I was really tired, and one guy left while we were playing. So if he stayed, I might have stayed the whole time, but whatever. I played, got New Jersey, got the 7th in a 24-hour period. Started 9:21, ended like 4:58. So I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'll say more things about the whole day when I'm more rested. So let me just do this. Let's see if this is a great transition. All right, it is the next day. I slept for like 4 hours. If you're wondering, very like, you can't really see. There you go. Very like cloudy and wet outside. Anyway. So yesterday, thoughts on yesterday. The beginning was not difficult. It was just kind of like driving and like running in to play a few hands and then leaving. Got difficult towards the end because of the conditions mostly and because of how tired I was. Very glad that I did not have to wake up and go downstairs or go to Borgata in the middle of the night to look for a game. Very glad I got here before 5:15. Yeah, could you imagine if I played an hour in every place like was the original plan? That would have been nuts. As it was, the only place I played more than a half hour was Parks, which was like 55 minutes. And then I think there was one other place I played for like 45 instead of 30 minutes, even though Harrah's, Atlantic City here, was less than, well, fewer than 30 minutes. So yeah, even with not playing all that much, it still went from 9:21 to like about 5 a.m. So end the video, no outro today, just the session lengths and results, and I'll see everyone next time.